Hi, it's Yvonne again, and we are out here in the villages here in Florida, and we are at the Polar Ridge, right?
Yes.
This is Polar Ridge, which is a really very nice village in a great central location. People love it here. It's close to all the shopping, and we are so fortunate to be here with a wonderful lady, Christine O'Keefe, and she is part of the Working Women's Group. That's how I met her.
Mm-hmm.
They have a great working women's and women's business so groups here in the villages. So we get a chance to meet a lot of people, and people are bringing so many awesome products, services. The villagers are just a wealth of information and knowledge. There are so many experts, and Christine is an expert in the cosmetic and skincare
Yeah.
industry. She's been doing this for several years, right?
Yeah.
And she's going to talk to us about that. She's going to tell us about her journey here to the villages. Everybody has a story on how they came to the villages. It's not one of those places that you just kind of wake up and say, I was born here, So you have to have a journey. Yeah. So she's going to talk to us about that and tell us about her, life here in the villages and how it's, changed her. It has changed everybody. It changed me. Everybody I know has pretty much changed in some way or another. So thank you for being here with us, and go ahead and tell us. She's from New England, so she's going to tell us about how she came from New England to Central Florida. So yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Yvonne, your beautiful daughter. Thank you so much for having me, giving me this opportunity to talk to you guys. I think everyone's story is so interesting, and thanks for giving all of us the platform to do that.
My pleasure. I'll tell you, this is probably the funnest part about this job I have. So go ahead and tell us, I know you came from, you and your husband, right?
Yes.
So tell us how that all came about. How did you decide to do that? What were you doing in New England before that? And how that came about?
Yeah. So I'm a grandmother, a mother of three beautiful grown daughters, a wife, and I've spent 24 years in the insurance space, in marketing specifically, working 9 to 5, the commute, and then I went remote, thankfully, about 13 years before that. But, being from New England and New York originally, it's the older I got, the more I really hated the cold. I liked it less. I never liked it, but I hated it more and more and more and more. But I never really wanted to do anything about that myself.
Because your family's there, right?
Because my family is there, my daughters are there. Home. They're of age of getting married, and future grandchildren was on the horizon. We actually have 2 in Cincinnati. And I never wanted to leave them or be. I always envisioned myself being very, very involved in their bringing up any future grandchildren.
Right. And that's a common story for a lot of village ladies.
Yeah,
it is a common story.
Yeah. And so my husband's just a couple years older than me, and he had the vision to come to Florida. It was never in my vision.
No.
Never. No.
So did he just spring it on you one day and say, I think I'd like to retire to Florida?
Yeah. So the first thing he did was we came to Orlando for a vacation, and then he said, let's go drive around. So first we did a drive-by, and it didn't really hit me one way or the other. I'd just taken on another adventure with my husband. And then a couple of years later, when COVID hit, and for many people, they did sort of the same thing. Like, well, if I have to work from home full time, why should I be stuck in my house in New England in the dead of winter? Let's just go work. We can all work remotely now, so let's just go work from Florida. And so we rented a house actually first.
All right.
That was the first thing we did. Was during the COVID that year, we rented a house. And when we were there, we were looking around, and I was kind of like, I wasn't really all that interested.
Right.
I just thought I was there.
You just kind of went along.
I did.
Okay.
But that's
kind of what we do as women, right?
But yes.
Now, I don't know about the younger women, but that's kind of common for our age group.
Yeah.
We just kind of go, okay, honey.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. And he was focused on looking for houses. And then when we got home, he continued to be focused on looking at houses. And he'd show me things online, and I was like, all right. And so I came to that place where I realized that he we've both been working very hard our
Right.
whole lives,
Right.
but he longer than I. And he said, I want to retire. I don't want to, I want to enjoy my life now. And I was still working. I did not see that I was going to retire anytime soon. He said, but I want to enjoy my life now. I don't want to, suddenly be gone from this earth and not having had time to enjoy my life. And so even though I didn't want to come, I really didn't. I said, yes, let's do it.
Let's try it, right?
Well, there was a deal.
Okay. Always a deal. How long have you been married?
Well, we've been married for 13 years.
Okay, so that's a long time. So you always have a deal.
Yeah, so there's a deal. The deal was I could go back whenever I wanted, within reason. So,
Okay.
For me, it was like if I could just go back once a quarter to be with my daughters.
Yes, in a couple of weeks.
I was moms. You're real close to your daughters.
You just
no way
can't. It's hard
around
to just walk. You're like, okay, no problem.
They're really best friends. I said, as long as I can go. So that was the deal. And Orlando to Boston is like.
No, right. It's easy because they have those like really quick
direct flights.
Yes.
It's like a nothing flight. So that was the deal. So I said, okay. So we actually bought our house remotely.
Okay.
We hadn't seen it, but he had done so much research that when we saw this house, we felt confident enough to buy it remotely without ever having seen it, because we'd done all that looking around.
Well, you had already been here, so you kind of see. I mean, it's kind of like a cookie cutter thing, right? A lot of people, that's a shock when they come, because they probably have some very, very, nice homes in the north. They come down here, and these are like cookie cutter houses. Mm-hmm. Like there's nothing custom about them.
Yeah,
for the most part, it really isn't. But you don't realize that you don't need all of that until you get here, because nobody's ever home.
Right. You're out. But not only that, when you come from the north, our houses are 100 years old, and you always have to worry about the inspection, and you always have to worry about the foundation. You always have to worry about like so many variables that for us here, a 20-year-old house is really kind of new, actually.
Right.
In my world, it is kind of new. So what could go wrong? Nothing. So I was comfortable buying it remotely as well. So that's what we did.
Okay, so did you know the model? Because a lot of people have these models, and the Villages has made it very easy because they are pretty cookie cutter. That's really how I got only way I can say it. Like if you see an Amarillo, the next Amarillo, it might have some different color tile. The walls might look different, maybe a different countertop, but it is identical. Like there is no difference.
Yeah.
The garage is either on the right or it's on the left. Like there is no other option.
There's no mistakes to be made.
It is like that.
There's no mistakes to be made.
They have really made it very simple.
Yeah.
To buy in the Villages.
Yeah, we just knew that we wanted to be golf cartable to a town square. That's all. And to us, 15 minutes is golf cartable.
And this location is at the 466 location, and everything is right here. And there's lots of nice country clubs. If you want to do a championship golf, if you're a golfer and you want a championship club, there's beautiful country clubs here.
That was what the ad said. It said location, location, location. But we kind of knew that because we could get to Spanish Springs in the golf cart in, I would say 12 or 13 minutes.
Yep.
And the same thing with Sumter Landing, same thing. We can get there in 12 or 13 minutes.
And then 466 shopping.
And the Wedgwood shopping,
yes.
You have the Publix, and you have the Marshalls, you have Walmart even. You
have,
everything. Home Goods, you have the Ship Store, there's just so much.
Restaurants, whatever you want.
Restaurants, you can get to on your golf cart. And like that is just the fun of living here. So you can kind of be outside and be in your golf cart all the time. It's just fun.
Right, it is.
It's so much fun.
It really is. So when you finally made the move, were you like all in, like you were just going to say, okay, I'm just going to make this work? Or were you kind of like just resistant?
Yeah, no, I was going to make it work, but I was still sad. I remember I'm going to cry.
Sad.
I'm going to cry thinking about it, but I was sad.
Okay, I get that.
I was. I felt so far away from my daughters.
Yeah.
But, it changed over time because I did get to go back. It really happened.
You get to go back
whenever
often.
I wanted to, and that was never a problem.
Yeah, I can imagine. But, a lot of people, what we're finding is a lot of people, they come, especially and I think in this age group. I don't know, the older people, maybe their kids didn't come, but I see a lot of children coming.
Good. That's what I hope.
It's true.
Yeah.
They really do. They start coming here
Yeah.
to visit,
Yeah.
and then they fall in love with the lifestyle too.
Yeah.
Like the whole Florida lifestyle. Like, oh my gosh, you mean you can have the beaches all the time? You can go to Disney all the time. You can boat. You can whatever your hobby is, golf. You can do all of this all the time. Like there is no downtime. I mean, maybe in the dead of summer, but if you go in the evening or in the morning, people are still golfing all over the place. They're still doing everything. So
I mean, I was warned about that, like the heat, and people say the heat. But you know, I was able to make the transition perfectly fine. Am I going to go running at 12 noon in July? No, but we'll play golf in the afternoon. We just bring you water and dress appropriately. And I'd rather be too hot than too cold.
I have to agree with you, but I'm kind of like, I'm a Floridian, so I can't do cold weather at all. When it gets cold here, like this, I'm like, okay, I got to start wearing pants when we go out in the evening. Yeah. And he's like, it's hot. I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to get cold.
Exactly.
So I'm with you on that.
Exactly.
Like, I'd rather be a little bit hot with a fan or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now have your daughters come to visit?
They have not come, but his son and my daughter-in-law and our 2 grandchildren from Cincinnati, they've come. They came in the dead of the summer. They came in July, and they stayed here with us, and they had a blast. We went to Disney. Disney is an hour away.
Right, it's fantastic.
Yeah, so we could go and come back in one day. You don't have to stay in a hotel.
Right.
So that was wonderful. And in the end, we said, what do you want to do on your last day? And my daughter-in-law said, they're just happy being in the golf cart and going to the pool. The little kids.
Probably so.
So that's what we did. There was no big ballyhoo had to happen. They were very happy with what we do all the time.
And in the villages, they actually have, like I just seen, they're going to be having a grandparents' day, where they're having like a fall festival for them for you to bring your grandchildren.
Oh, fun!
And they have like a marshmallow thing where marshmallow roast, and they have all of these things here that really encourage the family to come and enjoy more than just the golf cart or whatever.
Yeah, I mean
and they really have a festival. They have kids stuff and
they have
fishing. Sometimes they have a fishing camp. They do all of these things for the grandparents and the grandkids. So it really is a family place.
It is.
Even though they don't allow children here to live here, they don't mind. Like I go to Nancy Lopez Pool all the time, and it's a family pool that they allow. If you're a member, you have the pool membership for the country clubs, you can take the children there. Yes. So I always go there. I always see people there with their kids, and they're just having a great old time.
Yeah. We brought them to a family pool. Then one of my grandchildren kind of splashed somebody, and I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And she's like, "No, I come here because I love the kids."
Yeah, that's me. I go to that pool because I rather have the activity. Because you go to the community pool, sometimes it's just it's just too boring there.
Yeah, the kids are fun, but you have your choice if you want to go to a family pool. Yes. You want to go to adult only pool, you can. So
it is a lot of fun. A lot of people do go to the family pools.
Yeah,
it is without the kids.
She didn't have kids. She just wanted to see everybody.
She likes the activity.
Yeah, she loves the kids.
Yeah, so they really have covered everything, I think, here.
Absolutely. It's beyond. I mean.
So now you're in love with it. How about your husband? Is he in love with it too?
So where you say everything is covered here, I was going to talk about my husband because he was a vice president in a company. Had a big responsible job for many years.
A lot of stress.
And a lot of stress. And he took a break to take care of himself, go to the dentist, go to the doctor, zip in the golf cart to get there, and he dabbled in, working part-time, and he eventually landed on working for the community watch.
Oh, okay.
As a dispatcher.
Oh, nice. So that's what he's doing.
He's a part-time fill-in guy, like a sub.
Okay.
For community dispatch. And I am learning so many things that people don't even know about the villages because of what that community watch provides.
Wow. Okay, nice.
Such as
give us an example.
So, such as if you want to be checked on, you can say I want that service. I don't remember what it's called, But
Like a wellness check?
yeah, a phone call. So like
Okay.
for instance, they've got ladies or men or women who are alone, and they can get a call every day. So there's one who wants her call at 10 o'clock at night because she didn't want to like feel like she was alone.
Oh,
going
so
to
when she
sleep.
went to sleep, she felt like
She
she
got a
needed
call.
somebody.
Hi, Mrs. So and so. How are you doing tonight? I'm great. And we're just checking on you. Everything okay? Yep, everything's fine. And that's it. It's just a wellness phone call, and you can get it every single day.
Well, we actually had experienced that because when you move to the villages, the Daily Sun, they're trying to get subscribers. I'm in that. I don't do newspapers anymore, so they just give you this 6-month subscription. So they send the newspapers. Well, one day there was 2 in the driveway. I had forgotten to pick them up. They called us. My husband gets this call. Mr. Vance, are you okay? Everything okay? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, well, you left 2 papers in the driveway. We just wanted to make sure everybody was well. He's like, yeah, we're fine. We just forgot to pick them up. Sorry.
Exactly.
And so now it's like a thing. I never leave them there. I'm like, Scott, they're going to call it. Get the papers. Don't forget to grab it because we don't read the paper, but they just give it to you.
Yes.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And the same thing with if you leave your garage door open at night.
They'll call.
You'll get if the community watch driver sees, he'll call it into dispatch, and they've got everybody's phone number and they've got everybody's next of kin contact number.
Yes.
And if they don't get you on the phone, because it could be that somebody fell or something could happen.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great service.
Yeah.
Like, it's fantastic.
It's amazing. They'll actually even call the local, if they don't get you on the phone.
They'll call the authorities.
They have a few hospitals to call. And it's amazing. And if they say no, that person's not here, no, then they'll call your contact person. And if they don't get anybody, they will send somebody,
like the police or whatever, out or fire rescue or something to see what's going on.
See if something's
happened. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fantastic!
Amazing.
I know, and it's so big. I mean, it's amazing that they can keep up
14,
with this.
I believe. Don't quote me. It's either 9 or 14. 6 of them in my mind. Community watch vans out at all times.
Yeah. But I mean, there's 100,000 people
so
plus
the whole village
that
is
live
top
in
to
the
bottom.
villages.
Yeah.
That's amazing that they're able to somehow keep up with all that. Like, right? Because I mean, you hear that stuff in much smaller communities, but they have a good system.
It's a great system. It's amazing.
It's awesome. Yeah. So how does he? So he couldn't stay retired completely.
No, but he likes it. It's very exciting. They're busy like constantly. They take the guys who drive around, they also take the palm fronds off the road if they're in the main car road.
Okay.
Not the cart road, but if they're in the car road, they'll do that, because that could be a hazard.
Yeah.
All kinds of things. But yeah, he likes it. It's very active. There's always something.
I have a friend of mine. She's still working, and her husband is a little bit older than she is, and he retired, and he couldn't stay retired. Like, she was out working, and he's bored. Like, he loves golf, but he just got tired of just golf. So he ended up taking a job at the golf shacks. Starting where you start. So he does that. He collects golf balls over at Nancy Lopez on the driving range, and he does that part-time, and he loves it.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah,
and he gets to keep his tan all the time because he's outside.
There you go.
He looks great all the time. I'm like, oh, Pete, you look so great even in January.
Yeah, I mean, some people, and that's the thing. You could do whatever you want here. If you don't want to do anything, you just want to lounge or relax completely, you can. Yeah. If you want to dabble still in a little bit of something to keep your mind active, or you're just doing something else other than relaxation, you can.
And now you've gotten out of insurance now, right?
I am out of insurance.
You gave up on all that.
That's gone.
That's gone.
Yeah.
And now, Christine, the way we met is she did the presentation about her Ronan Fields is the company that she represents. And she did a little presentation, and she was talking about eyelashes. Unfortunately, as we age, ladies, the eyelashes sometimes don't stay. It's kind of like the hair, it falls out. So I had been struggling with that. And so she did this whole thing about the eyelashes and the products that they have. And I was just like, oh no, I got whatever that is, I need it, because I had no eyelashes hardly left, unfortunately. You know,
I thought,
aging gracefully is not that easy.
no, it's not.
It's not that easy.
We're not going to just take it lying down.
No, right? It's a new world now. This is not our parents' world. No.
No.
So that's how we met, and I have been buying the product from her, and I love it. Like, I can't even believe it's
Your
the
lashes
same,
are great.
right?
Yeah, they were
It's
great.
amazing. Like, there was no eyelashes. Gabby thought I was like, Mom. I'm like, no, I don't care. Right?
Right. My daughters are like that too, Mom.
But of course, they don't understand till they get there.
Yes, they'll understand later.
Right. I said, when you get 50, come back and have a talk with me.
There you go. There you go.
Because that's about when it starts, right? You start going, what is this and what is that? So
that's when I started.
And it doesn't get better either. I mean,
No.
it just keeps getting worse.
It just keeps getting worse. So you got to stem the tide, bail the boat.
Right, right. So she is a representative, and I know that that's one of the largest cosmetic and skincare companies. So if you'd like to tell us a little bit about how they got their start. I'm not sure. I had never heard of the company. I actually did some research once I heard your presentation, and I said, what is this company about? So, everybody hears about Mary Kay, but there's a lot of other companies out there that have been around a long time.
Yes.
So she's going to tell us a little bit about that, and then kind of show us some of the product maybe, and talk about some of your success stories that you've experienced along the way.
Okay.
Would that be good?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. So the company's called Rodan and Fields. That stands, the two doctors behind the brand is Dr. Kathy Rodan and Dr. Katie Fields. They're actually the same two doctors who created Proactive.
Oh, okay.
So
are they dermatologists?
They are dermatologists.
Okay.
They are still in practice in San Francisco. They met at school at Stanford University when they were both going to school, medical school. That's how they met.
Okay.
And
they're partners?
They're partners.
Okay.
They're partners in the business. They when they were in practice, they saw like acne was the number one reason why people were coming in, was for the children or kids or adult acne.
Yes.
So they developed Proactive. Because at the time, way back then, what we were doing, and you might recall, I had acne, is we would spot treat it with the Clearasil or whatever the thing was. Right. And it just took care of it in the moment, and then another one would pop up, and it didn't really take care of the problem.
Or people use it all over their face, and then it would make it even worse. Like it was so dry.
It would dry out. It wasn't a solution.
It wasn't a good solution.
But that was the solution way back then when they created Proactive. So Proactive became a multi-step regimen. And it
helped so many people.
It helped so many people. It went worldwide. It's like the number
almost
one.
A miracle for the acne.
Yeah, because they developed this theory that, the one little thing isn't what you want. You want to holistically, cleanse, tone, and treat your skin. And a lot of people, like especially our children's generation, were the ones that came, were maybe first used Proactive, and that went worldwide, 183 countries, and it is massive. Anyway, they sold that company because as dermatologists, it was in their heart to do more than just acne. They saw a lot of people coming in for sun damage, dark spots, uneven skin tone, anti-aging, sensitivity. They just wanted to, look, if we could do this for acne, let's help everybody. We want to do more.
The largest generation was becoming of age, right?
That's right.
So they were probably seeing a lot of that.
Absolutely.
The numbers were probably a lot. Because,
Absolutely.
75 million baby boomers.
Yeah,
we're starting to get 50 plus.
That's it. So they're no dummies, right? Yep. But that's what they wanted
they had a solution.
Well, they're product developers. They develop Proactive. They develop the other regimens one at a time. They sold Proactive. They no longer own it. They sold it, and they created some anti-aging regimens. So again, multi-step pieces, because not one product is going to get rid of, help you with your wrinkles. Not one product is going to help you with your sun damage. And they put it in luxury department stores like Nordstrom's and Bloomingdale's and stores like that. And the reverse regimen for sun damage became number one. But what they found was people weren't coming in. They were coming because of word of mouth. My girlfriend uses this. My brother uses that. Can I see it? Can I buy it? And that's what they found.
Oh.
And this was back about 15 years ago,
Okay.
actually. And what they had an aha moment that people were coming in from word of mouth, not because of the advertising, not because of the person behind the counter. And 15 years ago, they had the foresight to see that retail was dwindling
down, yeah,
and that the, the the products were selling again because of word of mouth. So they made a massive decision at that time, 15 years ago, to take it out of retail stores and to put it in the hands of individual consultants, people who use the product, excited about it. And
well, that's a great model. I mean, let's face it, how many, especially for skin, like Mary Kay, there's just Avon, they did it for years. It was all that way.
Absolutely.
And it's the best in that, especially because it's so personal.
It's personal.
Yeah.
It's very personal. It's really a conversation. And it's, I mean, if any of you have ever gone to the skincare aisle at Sephora or CVS, it's just this mass of products, and you
don't know where to
begin. Overwhelmed. You don't know what to get.
Right.
So you buy the prettiest thing or the most expensive thing. You buy the cheapest thing, or you buy,
whatever you've heard of something.
Whatever's
before.
on sale, but you're not really necessarily buying the right thing.
Right.
And then it winds up on your on your shelf.
Yeah.
Or your drawer.
Right.
Or
eventually you throw it away.
And then you throw it away, or it sits there, and it's just kind of a waste of your money and your effort and your hopes and dreams for what you really want for your skin. So they believe in the consultative method. We also have a little skincare quiz that's all online.
Oh, okay.
So like, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dermatologist, but I know a lot about the products. But I'm not going to make believe I know what you need for your skin. Although I might have a really good idea after 4.5 years. I might have a really good idea, but I'm still going to rely on this little online tool called the skincare quiz. It's just a link. That my prospective clients go to, and they answer a series of questions that has to do with what their concerns are, what their environment is. Are you in humid Florida? Are you in dry Denver? It's two different things.
Right, exactly.
And actually, it also takes a scan of your face. It does through artificial intelligence, and you can upload it, and it'll spit out some recommendations for you. You'll get it in your email. I'll get it in my email, and then we can schedule a time, and I can help you sort through. Okay, these are all your recommendations. We could talk about, what you might want to start with.
Try this, try that.
So that you
have
what
direction.
You need. You've got a suite of products, and you have some direction of what's right for you, and I'll help you to figure it out.
Oh wow, that's really nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it sounds like it sounds like they have it really planned out nice. Like they really put a lot of thought into how to best help people that are looking for.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure it's not always women, but it's probably mostly women.
Yeah, I mean, I have some men clients. Matter of fact, one of them who said, "Oh, I was a proactive user when I was a teenager. It was the only thing that helped my skin. Christine, I'm thinking about skincare. I respect that brand, and I want to try it. It's a legacy company. These having had that, this foundation before them, they're not interested in smoke and mirrors or anything. They're doing they're giving you research. Everything goes through clinical trials,
right?
With Rodan and Fields. I saw an interesting fact the other day that the FDA only requires 50% efficacy. So if you do a clinical trial and your product has 50%, the FDA will say, okay, you can bring us to market.
Right.
With Rodan and Fields, we have our own standard, and that's 80%.
Okay. So if it's not 80% effective, they go back to the drawing board.
Exactly.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Back into the lab. Improve it, folks.
And they have a lab. It's in Berkeley, California. They have a whole team of scientists, and they're always innovating. They're always staying on top of the latest discoveries, the latest.
Because there is so much today, like that. Our mothers did not have. Not even close.
No.
I mean, I have personally experienced that. Like I go to a clinic, and they have lots of different products for your face, for just overall health of your body, and it's it is really amazing
It
what
is.
is out there and what's available.
It is.
So yeah, that is awesome. Like I love I'm more and more interested in the product. This whole thing with the eyelashes, I I was just like, oh my gosh, when you showed me the picture of your eyelashes, I was just like,
Yeah.
I hope this works for me because I
Yeah.
wanted to do extensions, but I knew that was a disaster. Like it just was
Yeah.
too much.
It's not for everyone. I mean, lash extensions, and we'll talk about the lash boost in a second, like what it is that you're referring to. But I mean, for some people they're fine, lash extensions. But many of us feel like, and my personal opinion is, for me, they're just too fake looking, and I'm not interested in that.
Right.
And plus, I've heard negative things about. Plus, you have to go make an appointment.
Yes, you have maintenance all the time.
You have maintenance. You have to go get a fill-in. You have to. It's quite expensive, actually.
Yes.
And
you have to find somebody that really knows what they're doing, because I've heard some horror stories too. Just like anything else. Because I mean, they're literally attaching these artificial lashes.
They're like gluing it
into your
right
into the eyelash bed. That's from what I
follicle.
understand. Yeah, they actually put it up in there. So
yeah.
I can see how that could be a disaster. But
Yeah.
with this product, you're controlling it.
Yeah. So what it is? Can I show it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Show it.
So what we keep talking about is lash boost. So and actually, if you do use extensions and you just want that like really
That big
lush,
look.
like dramatic look, you can use lash boost on your actual own lashes to make them stronger and longer, and it gives a better base for those extensions. So so even if you are,
so it helps for that too.
Yeah, because it's a conditioning, it's a conditioning serum. Like, as we talked about earlier, like, our lashes fall out. We all know that our lashes fall out, and as we age, they fall out a little more rapidly and they grow back a little more slowly. So this is a lash growth serum that has biotin, keratin, almond oil, a lot of wonderful products in it to help your lashes grow longer, thicker, and darker looking over time. And when you came to me after my presentation, I said, Yvonne, my lashes used to look just like yours. And I showed you a picture. They were tiny little, like
very thin,
1/8 of a quarter inch little stubs that just went straight. And even if you put mascara on, it didn't really matter. Right? It
didn't do much.
It did a little, but not much. So, I mean, and plus, our eyes get a little droopier looking as we get older too. So if you have the lashes, they will open up your eye, and you don't have to have that surgery.
Right.
So they just open up your eye. It makes you feel better.
It does. Right? Because it's just like balding. I mean, women do not want to lose their hair.
Yeah, you have beautiful hair though.
But I have lost a lot.
Oh.
Like, I used to have very thick hair like her. So age. It is what it is.
What was that saying?
And women do not want to lose hair.
No.
Like, men, fine. Women, no.
No, we don't want
and the eyelashes are the same. Same thing with your eyebrows.
Yes.
But I think that's much easier to
take care of. Yeah, it's easier to take care of. We have a product for that brow boost too that uses the lash boost technology. That you have beautiful brows. I do not. I have brow boost on my eyes right now, so it uses similar technology. And it fills in your brows instantly. Like, in the morning, it gives it a little color, it gives it a little fill, and it gives it a little direction. Mine tend to go loop. Mine tend to droop. It gives them some direction, and it helps them to grow over time. But you can also use Lash Boost for the brows too, as well. It just doesn't do any color or anything like that. But all it is at night, you just pull it out, and less is more. You just take off the excess. You just brush it against the other eye, and that's it. And you go to sleep, or you do your brows too.
It really is the simplest. It's that simple.
Quickest thing.
It doesn't get in your eye. It doesn't burn your eye. I have not had any. I think I've been doing it for 3 months.
Yes, that sounds reasonable.
And I have not ever noticed any adverse anything. Yeah. Like, I'm just going to say that. Like, maybe other people might have burning. I don't know. I can't speak. But for me, I have not had anything out of the ordinary. I mean, I just dab it on there and wait a few minutes, and that's it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Not, you don't want to wipe your eye or
putting. No, clean face at night, or you do it in the morning, which is recommended for people with sensitive eyes to do it in the morning. I have sensitive eyes too, but I do it at night anyway. It's just clean face, no makeup, no oils, no nothing on, just a quick swipe. let any excess go back into the tube,
Right.
because you don't want it dripping into your eye at all.
Right.
Just like any product, you don't
Right.
want any product in your eye.
And you don't need that much.
No, less is more.
I mean, like I just do a little bit.
You only need
It's
a
right
tiny
there.
little
It's just wet across the top, and that's it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really amazing product. So, I mean, we're gonna share Christine's information, and if anyone is interested in her products, she's got.
Before
I mean,
I have a little present for you.
I have. Oh, thank you so much. I have not
for the photographer.
had the chance to really go over the products. I've been wanting to. I have really sensitive skin, so I wanted to like maybe try just a little bit, because what happens is I buy product, then I put it on, and it's no good. Like, I don't care how sensitive they say it is. I found in my history that as soon as my friend was Mary Kay, a good friend of mine, and she said, this will absolutely not cause you to have a breakout. It absolutely did. I used it for 2 days, and I had a fine rash, all this, because it was a neck, face. And so I had all these really nice Mary Kay products that I started using it as a conditioner, like face and skin. I started using it on my arms because it doesn't bother my arms. So I thought, well, I gotta use this.
Yeah, and our
stuff.
hands. That's what we age to, our hands.
Arms.
Oh, the chest.
No, I can't. So I haven't tried the other products, but I haven't had any problems with the eyelash stuff. I was a little concerned.
Yeah, especially if you have sensitive skin. Good.
But
I'm glad
so far so good. So I'm willing to give it another try for some other products
I have a. They just came out with little mini regimen samples.
Okay,
so I forgot that I had promised to give you one.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd like to try
and just try a little bit and see how your skin
see how it goes.
It
tastes, yeah,
because the Soothe is we just recently got some accolades from the National Rosacea Society.
Oh, nice, because I do have that.
And you have like darker skin, so
yes,
that's
but I have it
Most
here.
Fair people.
It's right in this area. When the sun, I will get very red.
Yeah.
So that might help me too. If I can, I'm going to try it.
Yeah,
I'm willing to
just
give it a try.
Check it first.
Yeah, just kind of put it here. It's usually here that I have the.
Interesting.
But, I had an esthetician tell me it has to do with like a hormonal type of thing. Some people's hormones will make them break out like that.
A lot of people who have the acne issues when they're hormonal, it's here too.
Isn't that interesting? And I never had acne as a child. I was so fortunate.
Yeah, lucky you. Yeah.
Yep, I never did. Like my husband did. He had it really pretty bad, but I never did. Gabby, she took after me. She never had it either. Thank goodness. So it's just it's hereditary. My mother had the same problem.
Yeah.
So, So I'm really encouraged by that, and I thank you so much. Is there anything else you want us to tell us about the product?
I guess no. I mean,
you have a website.
Yeah, the product is great. I do have a website. Do I need to repeat, or you just?
We're gonna put it on the end of the video so you can check it out. I know she's on Facebook as well.
Yeah, I am, and also the business model is really wonderful too for any ladies or men who are looking to dabble in a little something or something big or something small. You can talk to me about that too, because I love mentoring other people.
Okay, great.
In the business, it's actually very, very rewarding.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are going to keep bringing you some really interesting people. Like I said, we got so many nice people that come in the villages, that live in this area, all over the villages, from all over the world.
Yes.
So I'm glad we could bring Christina. Thank you so much for being with us and sharing your story and sharing your products. And thanks for the gift. And we will be back next week. I have a really interesting person that I'm trying to convince to let me do his video. So we'll see. If not, we'll definitely have another video for you guys next week. And thank you for joining us. Have a great day.